Most people believe women cheat because they want someone else, but the truth is far more complicated than desire. Cheating begins long before the betrayal ever occurs. It begins in silence, not in action. A woman starts to feel emotionally disconnected. She begins to sense that her partner no longer sees her. She notices every moment where she feels invisible. Silence becomes the language of the relationship. Emotional needs slowly go unmet. This is where the psychological breakdown begins. Women absorb emotional neglect differently than men. They interpret distance as rejection. This rejection becomes emotional pain. Emotional pain becomes emotional numbness. Numbness makes her question her worth. She wonders if she is asking for too much. She begins shrinking herself to keep the peace. The shrinking feels like losing parts of her identity. Losing identity becomes unbearable. She begins craving emotional oxygen. Emotional oxygen appears in small interactions. It may come from a stranger. It may come from a friend. It may come from someone she never expected. What matters is not the person. What matters is the feeling. She feels seen again. She feels valued again. She feels emotionally alive again. This feeling becomes addictive. Emotional addiction shifts her loyalty. She begins comparing emotional experiences. The comparison is rarely favorable to her partner. Her mind starts gravitating toward emotional safety. Emotional safety becomes her new priority. Once she tastes it, she cannot forget it. She begins opening up to someone else. Small conversations feel meaningful. Meaningful conversations become emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy becomes emotional attachment. Women cheat emotionally long before physically. Emotional cheating is the true beginning. Emotional cheating changes her brain chemistry. She starts imagining life with a new emotional connection. She imagines feeling understood every day. She imagines feeling chosen without begging. She imagines feeling loved without asking. These fantasies give her emotional relief. Emotional relief becomes emotional dependence. Emotional dependence becomes attachment. Attachment shifts her sense of loyalty. She begins withdrawing from her partner. She shares less, she cares less. She argues less, she explains less. She expects less. She hopes less. These are silent signs of emotional departure. Emotional departure always precedes physical betrayal. By the time she cheats, she is already left emotionally. Her heart no longer belongs to the relationship. Her mind has already detached itself. Her loyalty has already shifted elsewhere. The betrayal is only the final expression. It is not the beginning. It is the end. The end of emotional trust. The end of emotional connection. The end of emotional safety. She did not cheat because she wanted excitement. She cheated because she wanted to feel alive again. She cheated because she felt emotionally starved. She cheated because she felt emotionally abandoned. She cheated because she felt unseen. She cheated because she felt unheard. She cheated because she felt alone. The loneliness became unbearable. Her heart sought comfort. Her mind sought escape. Escape appears when emotional hunger becomes overwhelming. She chooses emotional safety over emotional emptiness. She chooses validation over invisibility. She chooses warmth over cold silence. She chooses connection over emotional isolation. She chooses herself after losing herself. Cheating becomes symbolic. It symbolizes freedom from emotional neglect. It symbolizes survival. It symbolizes rebirth. But cheating also creates its own pain. Emotional escapes create emotional consequences. She may feel guilt. She may feel shame. She may feel confusion. But she rarely regrets feeling alive. She regrets the emptiness that led her there. She regrets losing her emotional voice. She regrets the version of herself she became. And that is the darkest truth. She cheated long before the act, because she emotionally died long before the betrayal.